It's September. How did I get a freaking fly in here in September? I can't even. All right, we're back with another full video interview with Sam Heughan, and I thought it was with the Distillation Alliance. I was wrong. This is shared by Outlander Forever. It's from the South of Scotland Destination Alliance, SSDA, and we heard in the earlier interview that Sam's got some plans for this distillery, not just the production of spirits, but also tastings. He's looking at expansions. I just think it's going to be really interesting to watch him, in this journey. Let's check this out. This interview here, again, the South of Scotland Destination Alliance and Sam Heughan.
Jones here from the South of Scotland Destination Alliance. I'm sitting here with our newest member of the SSDA, a man that needs no introduction at all, Mr. Outlander himself, the global superstar, Sam Heughan.
Hi.
Sam, fantastic to have you with us today. I don't want to steal your thunder. Could you say a little bit about what's being announced today?
Well, maybe not Mr. Outlander, maybe Mr. Galloway. We're here in Galloway on a beautifully dreich day in one of our amazingly handcrafted 100% Scottish oak bothies at the Galloway Distillery. It's our opening, our launch day. Yes, it's a new chapter for me. It's a homecoming. I was born and raised here in Dumfries and Galloway, and it's such an incredible place, a lot to celebrate, a lot to explore, and a lot to promote, and it just felt right to come back to where I was born and raised, to give back, and to start making some delicious spirit.
Fantastic, and it really has that sense of a homecoming for you, sort of thing. That this is you talking in a very authentic way about your home and where you come from. Do you want to say just a bit more about your sort of motivations with the project?
Absolutely. On my journey as a spirits maker, obviously I've been celebrating what Scotland has to offer. I'm a huge whiskey fan, and then on that journey, I've traveled around the world. I've worked with other companies. We've done collaborations. But then I came back to Scotland and created our Wild Scottish Gin, which is essentially inspired by my upbringing, my childhood in Galloway, my memories of being here. I've had this amazing, very fortunate childhood, and all the botanicals that I was, I guess, able to explore from, like rolling in the heather or climbing a Scots pine tree, or picking crab apples or growing rhubarb in the garden. And so we created the Wild Scottish Gin, and in that process we were also thinking about building a distillery somewhere in Scotland, and it just felt right to come and build it here, where I guess the journey started for me.
Fantastic. No, it's a really, really exciting chapter. And part of the conversations that we're having with SOCI and Visit Scotland and the local authorities is how do we use this amazing investment, this fantastic attraction, to be able to attract maybe those higher spending international visitors to the south of Scotland. You're obviously no stranger to crossing the Atlantic back and forth. Right. I wonder if you could just say a little bit about how we use your story, the Sassenach brand, to bring in those lucrative international visitors to Galloway.
We're very lucky. Obviously the Outlander effect has been hugely successful in drawing especially North American visitors to Scotland. We've seen the huge rise in tourism, and we want to spread that. We want to spread the love a little bit. I think Galloway has so much more to offer. It is kind of this undiscovered gem. It has amazing coastlines. It has great producers. It has the history, the tangible history. So there's so much to offer here, and I think we want to shine a spotlight on that, not only at what we're doing here at the new distillery, but also to everyone else in the surrounding area, in the south of Scotland. So we're really, really happy. Also, Scotland starts here. Galloway, it is the first place you encounter. We've got the Mull of Galloway, is the most southern point of Scotland. It has so much to offer, and I think when people come here, they're going to really fall in love with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And be in no doubt, what we've got here is a world-class visitor attraction, and we're talking about how do we think strategically, how do we work collaboratively, how do we act decisively to be able to turn this incredible story and this brilliant attraction into real economic regeneration and creating quality jobs for Galloway and right across the south of Scotland. So Sam, thank you very much for everything you're doing here and across the south of Scotland, and we look forward to working together.
Really, thank you. I'm so excited to work with you guys. Honestly, we're such a delight to be coming back to Scotland, back to Galloway, and we're hoping to attract so much business and opportunity and enterprise. Yeah,
fantastic.
Really exciting.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks
Scotland starts here.
All right, that was shorter than I expected it to be, but so I'm glad I put it in a separate one because it would have made the other video run too long. This is exactly the kind of stuff I was talking about in my earlier video when we announced that he'd gotten the distillery. The fact that he's going back home and he's helping to bring new jobs and opportunities. Now they're also talking about, of course, the tourism that, well, Outlander inspired, but let's face it, Sam inspires as well. And so this is very, very cool. Galloway is going to end up being like a much bigger town before they're done, just because of, like they were saying, the tourism. If they have more jobs, it's possible people may be moving there. So that's very cool to be able to positively influence the economy of your hometown like that. That's really, really impressive. I mean, all right, it's also impressive that Outlander was able to heighten tourism of Scotland in general. But to be able to make a specific impact on your hometown, that's got to bring him a lot of pride. He's following his dreams and he's able to be positive. I always told my kids that I never cared what they did when they grew up, as long as they were a positive influence and contributed positively to the community around them. And for the most part, I think, yeah, for all three of them that are adults, definitely do that. Each of their jobs or work or what they do day to day is a positive influence in the world around them. So I'm very excited about that. Surely we got to work on it a little bit. She's 10 though, so she's got time. Well, I thank you for joining me on this bonus video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. You know, I always like to hear the comments below. This is, again, another one of the videos where if you would like to try to win one of the books being given away, the Cocktail Diary, written by Sam, with those amazing cocktails that, as I'm recording this, I have still yet to try. I need to do one of the apple ones. The apple one sounded really good. But if you want your chance, you just throw in 2 thumbs up right in a row next to each other in the comments below, and I will enter you into that lottery. I don't know exactly when I'm going to do it. I haven't really gotten the word around about this, so I don't want to be like, and this Friday there'll be a drawing, because I want to make sure everybody who'd like to gets a chance to hear the message, and I got to figure out a better way to put it out there. But yeah, that's all about that. I want, of course, thanks to my members for your support, and of course those who contribute to this channel for any of the goals that I've had, including the vehicle and travel. So thanks to that, I need to get my brakes changed. I need to get my brakes changed. I just figured that out. I've got a small squeak. And when I purchased it, the fella said the brakes will need change soon. And I was like, okay, that's an investment I know is coming. And then I purchased convention tickets. So I'm still doing a little savings. I was planning ahead without planning ahead properly. Anywho, working on that. Going to get that done next. All right. So thanks everybody for your support on all of that. And make sure you have a really good rest of your day. I'm recording this on Tuesday. I think I'm going to put it out on Wednesday. So we'll see. Whatever day it is out. Have a really fantastic day. Enjoy it. If you've got good weather, enjoy that while you can, because it's leaving. It's leaving. If you're in the northern hemisphere, if you're in the southern hemisphere, y'all are getting ready for summer. So I'm not going to tell you to warn. But if you enjoy the cool weather, then enjoy that. Well, it's still here. Getting too broad, Katie. If you think you may have missed any of the other Outlander information that's been released recently, please do check down below. I try to do my best to keep up to date on everything as it comes in, as I find it, so that you don't miss a thing. Thanks for joining me, and whichever video you do choose down below, I'll see you there.